Hi guys, I'm Kendall Hoeft, and today I'm going to talk to you about living in shame and how we develop this deep-rooted sense of insecurity and guilt in who we are. And one of the things that leads to is this kind of workaholic tendency, perfectionism, where we're just trying to achieve in order to find acceptance, in order to finally feel okay with who we are. And the sad thing about that is it's really this rat race or this treadmill where we're never, hi Sean, we're never really ever enough. And so we keep doing and we keep working and we keep achieving, trying to find a sense of value, trying so hard to find a sense of self-worth so that we know that we're acceptable, so that we know that we're enough. So you may become a perfectionist in order to deal with that sense of brokenness in yourself, that sense of shame. And we talked in the other videos about how you initially develop a shame-based identity and just a guilt-induced perspective of self from your family of origin. This I see even in the Christian faith. You may bypass the gospel message of grace and hear, okay, a life of service. So therefore, let me give to the homeless. Let me take someone into my house. Let me do so that I can be okay. And guys, if we work on accepting ourselves, if we can accept and celebrate who we are, our do is going to flow out of that. You see, because we're not human doings, we're human beings. And it's our who, not our do, that defines who we are. All right, so shame tells you to apologize for hurting. Shame teaches you to say, my needs are not significant. My feelings are not valid. And so what happens, and you hear this all the time if you're listening for it, is we begin to say, oh, I'm sorry to bother you with all that. So someone asks us how we are, or even when we're hanging with a friend or a spouse or another loved one, and we begin to open up about our struggles and, the shit that we're going through. And then it's like, oh, but sorry to burden you with that. Like, oh, but sorry that I feel something. Sorry that I'm not always happy. Sorry that I am human and that I live in reality and that there are real negative realities in this world. Now, I'm not talking about being a Debbie Downer where you're stuck in that crap. I'm talking about processing and being honest about your real feelings. It's so important to feel anger. It's so important to feel sadness, because if we don't feel these things, then they can't get out. And friends, these emotions are going to affect us one way or the other. They're going to get out one way or the other. They're either going to get out through healthy expression and healthy processing, thanks Sean, or they're going to get out through alcoholism, get out through rage, get out through acting out, through drugs, through whatever other unhealthy coping mechanism that basically we use to numb and suppress our emotions. See, because it hurts so much. And I'm so hi Leona, I'm so angry, and I have all of these real feelings that because of shame, I'm not allowed to feel. I don't believe that I have permission to not be okay and happy and chipper all the time. And so we don't want to feel so much because we believe somehow that our true, real feelings are going to be too much for other people, that they're going to be a burden on other people. And so what do? We want to feel less. Instead of getting all that out of us, we want to feel less. And so we use these coping mechanisms and these numbing things to suppress the shame and because we're embarrassed about having needs or about hurting. Okay, I don't want to make this video too long, but I have a couple other points. So shame defies emotional closeness with other people. Why? Because shame does not want us to feel exposed. That's why we drink. That's why we cover up the fullness of who we authentically are, because we're believing a lie that those parts of us aren't acceptable. That if someone really, really knew who I was, they wouldn't love me. They wouldn't accept me. And so shame is tied in with hiding. It's I'm embarrassed. It's I can't be open and honest. I can't be vulnerable. And with that, intimacy is impossible, because intimacy requires surrender, letting go, transparency, honesty about emotions, open communication. And so we shut ourselves off from others out of this fear of being exposed. We push away, we hold back. And I just want to encourage you guys to, well, there's all kinds of ways to begin working with shame, but I think that the most necessary piece is a deep sense of self-acceptance. Like not accepting yourself when you're there, like when you've arrived, when you like have whatever it is that you think you want, your big dream, and all that's great. But I'm talking about accepting you for you, not you for your due. I'm talking about accepting yourself right now, right where you are, right now, before you've achieved the 6-digit figure salary or whatever it is that you want. I'm talking about loving yourself as you are and telling yourself that I'm going to continue to love you. I'm going to continue to encourage you. And I actually touch myself, because you would touch another person to express affection. So I actually touch myself. And maybe even hold your own shoulders. It's just something I do. Sometimes I'll look in the mirror and I'll touch the mirror and I'll touch my own heart. And as I speak these affirmations, it's the hardest part for me. Yeah, it's difficult at first, because society tells us, you're not allowed to love yourself. That's selfishness. And we know that we have to inhale, refresh, restore, renew before we're able to exhale and give to other people, right? You put the oxygen mask on so that you have that life and that fullness to give to other people. And one of the most loving things you can do for other people is to take care of yourself. Because not only are you able to then help them and love them and give to them more honestly, more fully, more abundantly, more wholly, but you are showing them that their selves are also worth loving. Like you're showing them that I don't have to have a husband or a family or friends over for me to set the table with candles and fine china and drink out of a goblet and play opera and enjoy my dinner. Well, there's no need to bother. It's just me. It's not just me. I am a glorious being. Hi, Catherine. And I am worthy of being celebrated. And I deserve to be kicking on all cylinders. Mind, soul, spirit, body. We are holistic beings. So caring for yourself. So one of the things I do, because the thing is, shame is a liar. Shame tells you that you're not worthy. Shame tells you that who you are isn't acceptable. Shame tells you all of these lies. And so become aware of what you're thinking. Any negative thought you're feeling about yourself, switch that crap around. So I'm not worth, and I'm not worthy of that. I am worthy. Maybe you go over to the mirror like I do. I don't know what your thing is. Maybe you go by the ocean and you begin to move. I am worthy. Looking in that mirror, I am worthy. No, and maybe it's you are worthy. You are beautiful. You are good. Maybe you want to talk to yourself in that person. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a few tips. I am an anti-shame warrior. I am in celebration of people overcoming their fears and stepping into the fullness of who you are. Not just the little masked pieces of you that you think are societally acceptable, but like truly who you are, whether that's like a quirkiness or a strange hobby or a passion that you have or a political belief that's controversial. I voted for Trump. Oh, what now? Not being ashamed of your thoughts and feelings and emotions. Not playing small, not being less than, but actually being all of who you are and knowing deep down in yourself that you are good and you are worthy and you are beautiful and you are strong and you are enough. I'm Kendall Hoeft. I'm a life coach and transformational development guide. If you're watching on YouTube, I encourage you to like my video. Feel free to leave me a comment. I love to interact with all of you. And I invite you to subscribe to my channel to see more videos. Thank you so much. Hope and freedom. Bye.